tickets over here. You've been able to pre-order, maybe even configure, possibly, I think, but the Audi e-tron GT is now on sale at dealership. Sounds like the kind of slogan that a perfume would have. I don't know, with some adverts with Johnny Depp staring into mid-distance in soft focus and the voiceover going, "Future by attitude, the new perfume," or something. I don't know. I guess you've got to pay marketing people for something.
Official, a guy with a whistle and tiny hands. A referee with tiny hands.
That's your only chance. The whistle's small. Your little hands can hold a whistle.
I don't have little hands. Anyone listening to this podcast, man, do you ever think about the fact that you played a very physical kind of ball?
Two of my brothers have passed away. I got one brother left, but I've been able to send four of my nieces to college, change the dynamics of their life, and then obviously I've exceeded all my expectations, and I don't care.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Shush! Mac! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Are you done? Monitor him a little bit, make sure that he's staying hydrated.
You can tell when you're delivering. Oh, I've got a green light, I'm not concentrating. You can tell when I'll include that for people to laugh at me.
Thank you, Glazer. Thank you so much for being here. And let's do this again.
I'd love it.
Fly.
Hey!
Hey! This is a 5-star rating, all right? In high school in the early 2000s, I had a classmate who had a tattoo of Conan on her rump cheek. Naturally, I thought she was crazy. Turns out she knew a great comedian decades before I did. The podcast is awesome. It's really sweet. How do you feel about it?
Getting so drunk. Probably some bloke driving past went, "It's him."
Wow.
And he's just on the way back from the shops. Pass me some for the bag. What have we got? I've got eggs. That'll do perfect.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, so if you
Never actually made it out. They redesigned it.
I can hear an engine diesel generator run in now, so gas once you can start that puppy up, plug in a car, you're good to go. I'm not saying it's a bad.
Radiohead. I want Radiohead to do Creep. Bang. Radiohead did Creep on
Come
the
on!
show. And from that moment on, we could have... It was just amazing. We could have anybody we wanted. I love music, and suddenly... Gwen Stefani came on, with no doubt, when that first record came out. Just, all these...
Painful. Yeah. we go. What are we doing?
Somewhat uncomfortable.
Catherine, it's a great honor that needs to be earned to be my friend.
I'm going to keep working on it.
Right.
I'm up to the challenge.
I'm going to keep...
I can do that in 4 days, Cody.
Yeah.
You think in 4 days you could win my
I think
friendship?
in 4 days. Okay, 3.5 days.
3.5
I can become
days.
your friend in 3.5 days, Cody.
No, people have tried. It sounds like one of those hokey movies where they say you can inherit the fortune, but you have to spend a night in the... There's always a thing, a stupid reason
That's a
why
Me Too thing, actually.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. All right. Forget that. Forget that. Took it in the Me Too
I'm
movement.
sorry, I watched.
Well,
all
getting
of
back
Morning Show.
to the friend thing
Yes,
here, like
okay.
this is
Eugene's
a
steering us
very
on, right?
difficult thing to start with because in all honesty, yes, it's kind of an
One of the things that I think is really nice is that you've got these fans who don't need to know anything about SCTV, but they can know Guffman, or they can just know Schitt's Creek.
1991, and for Fox's The Simpsons from 1991 through 1993. The challenges and rewards of his long stints hosting Late Night and Conan,
Come on, mate.
and his infamous clash with Jay Leno over The Tonight Show that occurred in between. The creative renaissance he has enjoyed since shutting down Conan.
Later, they realize that you put a knife between their ribs, but at the time they didn't know it. And I always think of it as there was always this legend of the vibrating palm, I think, in martial art. But it's done in this high wire act kind of way. It's very precise. They don't feel it, but then they feel it later. And if they do get upset, you can say, "Oh, it's just everyone was laughing. I was just having fun." If General Lee and General Grant had been playing pranks on each other at West Point, and then later on, got involved in this.
Is the number of people I can who really admire. This is not because I'm this because
they're just such terrific comedians. I mean, and they're such powerful voices in comedy right now.
mate.
In their 20s or 30s, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, mostly 30s." I watched that show that first year, and I really loved it. And I'm like, what? I'm like, no, kids really liked it.
How are you? I can't enjoy anything for that voice note, even though it was super long. But,
It's 2 weeks, 2 months, 1 week away. She doesn't have a dress, they don't have flowers, they don't have anything, and they haven't even heard from their venue. So they've left it way too late. We have got a lot to catch you up on now, so thank you so much for that message on Friday.
I do. Pretty terrible. You can use the rate review function of that to say a few words. Like.
He's not too bad, I suppose.
Same guy.
Everywhere.
Same guy. Same guy. George. George again. This time I was eating. We were in a bar and we heard a loud noise, and a guy on a motorcycle had been racing down like Melrose, wiped out on his motorcycle, and he and the motorcycle got wedged underneath a car.
Oh my God.
And the motorcycle burst into flames. And he was lying kind of near the motorcycle, and the motorcycle was underneath the trunk of the car, which was starting to catch fire. And I just grew up watching movies where the gas tank explodes.
You can't just park at the junction. What?
I don't even think I'm this kind of person. I dashed out of the crowd.
qualified financial advisor. I no longer advise anymore. The reality is, if I was advising, I wouldn't be able to do the stuff that I do on YouTube, because at the end of the day, compliance. You can't say this, you can't say that, and I just like, well, sod this.
And when did you start one of our favorite guests? Where we were supposed to have him on for 29, we came on for 210, and it was Johnny Z. And the man, what was it about?
I feel like throughout my career, there've been a few. Mostly it's been about stand here, the camera's gonna come here. Do you want to go again? Because maybe we should be a little angrier. As opposed to like taking in the coin and being like, here I want to put a fucking thought into it. And I wonder, Johnny, because you're an intimidating fellow, I wonder, did Mangold, is he able to do that to you? Did he, I mean, Oliver Stone, you work with Finch, you work with the Village, which is an area away from the center of the that's from this mountain.
Out of frame myself. If they call me back, the soul is mine. Okay, I have to go in to meet with Michael. Cut back years before, when I was at Second City, Michael J. Fox came to
Yeah, it's still, will you have to watch the Saturday off then?
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Nudge. Nudge, nudge. Penalty received.
Oh dear.
The guy was beeping at me, he was going 25 miles an hour.
Special episode of The Office Deep Dive. I'm your host, Brian Baumgartner. Now, I don't know if you have noticed, but do I sound a little different to you today?
spiritually, I mean, in every single way. I do.
I don't disagree with you. I mean,
he's a horrible man.
You had that dinner. I can't imagine anything worse.
He's got.
Why would she tell you that? I don't know. Because from her perspective, she feels like protective over me. She thinks I say too much in interviews, and I put my foot in my mouth. And she is a political activist, and she thinks that like. Looking for a spouse. Right. And God forbid Liza ever left me. I probably did it a little bit. They're not robbing Fort Knox. They're not robbing Citibank. They acted like, how do we crack this grain elevator? How do we get in there? I don't know. It's a grain elevator. Probably not that well protected.
But think about it. You could do it like you rob it at night, you do a smash and grab, or you could get cute and have an Ocean's 11 moment. Y'all get some costumes, y'all have some production value.
Oh, so you think there was? You think there was some?
You may now go directly to the department of your choice.
Cars stands for multi-purpose vehicle, and if you read your car magazines like I do, you'll see them, various sizes.
J'espère que nous pourrons venir vous voir bientôt, or something like that.
Do I need the answer?
Well, you don't need it, but